Classification of crystalline solid. What is crystalline solid and what are the distinguishing features of crystalline solid? Solid. What is solid? It was discussed earlier. Now today we will discuss about the types of crystalline solids. On the basis of constituting particles of crystalline solid, the crystalline solids are categorized into four categories. On the basis of constituting particles of the crystalline solid, it is categorized into four categories. The first one is ionic solid, the second one is covalent solid, third crystalline solid is molecular solid, and the fourth one is metallic solid. So on the basis of constituting particles of the crystalline solid, it is grouped together into four groups, and these four groups are: number first ionic solid, number second covalent solid, number third molecular solid, and number fourth metallic solid. Now come for the ionic solids. In case of ionic solids, the constituting particles are ions. Say for example potassium bromide, sodium hydroxide, calcium chloride, calcium fluorides, etc. are the ionic solids. They contain ions. That's why they are called as ionic solids. In case of potassium bromide, two ions are there. One positively charged ion, that is cation, and the second one is bromide. And the two types of ions are there. Number first positively charged ion and the negatively charged ion. In potassium bromide, both types of ions, that is positively charged potassium ion and negatively charged bromide, is present. Therefore this type of solid is called as ionic solids. In ionic solid, the constituting particles are ion. So in ionic solid, since both types of ions are present, therefore they are held together by a strong force of attractions. Therefore they are held together by a strong force of attraction. There are two states of ionic solids. One state is the solid state and the second one is the molten state. In ionic solid, conduction of electricity is only by ions. Since ions are not free in solid state, therefore no conduction of electricity can be done. In molten state or in solution, free ions are available. Therefore electric conduction is possible in this state. Due to the strong force of attraction among ions, ionic solids have high melting points. These solids are hard, brittle, and electrical insulators. Now come for the covalent solids. In this solid, the constituting particles are neutral atoms. They are held together by covalent bonds. Due to the presence of a large number of covalent bonds, these solids are called as giant molecules. They have high melting point. For example, graphite, diamond, silicon carbide, etc. Now, molecular solid. Come for the molecular solid. In this type of crystalline solids, the constituting particles are molecules on the basis of polarity in hydrogen bonding. The molecular solids may be categorized into three categories. These categories are: number first, non-polar molecular solid. Non-polar molecular solids. Number second, polar molecular solids. And number third is the hydrogen bonded molecular solid. In case of non-polar molecular solids, the constituting particles are either atoms or non-polar molecules. For example, helium, neon, argon, solid iodine, solid methane, and white phosphorus, etc. These constituting particles are held together by London force. London force. It is a type of van der Waals force of attraction. It is a weak force. The bond occur in between them is very weak. Therefore, non-polar solids have low melting and boiling point and non-conductor of electricity. Now come for the polar molecular solids. The constituting particles are polar molecules. In polar molecular solids, the constituting particles are polar molecules. They are held together by dipole-dipole interactions. The constituting particles in polar molecular solids, they are held together by dipole-dipole interactions. They are soft, they are non-conductor of electricity, and have more melting and boiling point than non-polar molecular solids. Now, hydrogen bonded molecular solids. In this type of solids, the constituting particles are hydrogen bonded molecules. They are held together by a strong hydrogen bond. Due to a strong bonding, they have high melting and boiling point. Their melting and boiling points are higher than that of polar and non-polar molecular solids. Now, metallic solids. In this type of solids, the constituting particles are metal atoms. They are bonded by metallic bonds. Due to free electrons, these solids are good conductor of heat and electricity. So these are all about the crystalline solids. Types of crystalline solid, their characteristic features of crystalline solids, and examples of the crystalline solids. Now come for the questions. The first question is, classify the following solids. Number first, potassium sulfate. So potassium sulfate contains potassium and sulfate. Potassium positively charged while sulfate is negatively charged. So since ions are present in potassium sulfate, Therefore, potassium sulfate is ionic solid. Zinc sulfide. In zinc sulfide, positively charged zinc ion and sulfide is negatively charged. So, zinc sulfide have ions, therefore, it is also ionic solid. Tin is a metal, therefore, it is metallic solid. Now, benzene. Benzene is a molecular solid which is non-polar. Urea is a molecular solid which is polar. Ammonia have hydrogen bonding, therefore it is hydrogen bonded molecular solid. Water is also hydrogen bonded molecular solid. Graphite is the covalent molecular solid. Rubidium is a metal, therefore it is metallic solid. Hydrogen is atom, it is non-polar molecular solid. Silicon carbide is covalent bonded, therefore it is covalent solid. Now, second question. Ionic solids conduct electricity only in molten state. Why? In ionic solids, the constituting particles are ions. For the conduction of electricity, free ions are the necessity. Only free ions are responsible for the conduction of electricity. In solid state, free ions are not available, while in molten state, free ions are available. So, the availability of free ions in molten state, therefore, in molten state, the ionic solid conduct electricity. In solid state, free ions are not available. That's why in ionic solid, electricity conduction cannot be done in solid state. Number third, comment upon the electric conductivity of metal and effect of temperature on it. It is very important question. Electrical conductivity in metal is only due to the mobile electrons. In a metal crystal, electrons move equally in all directions. But when a potential difference is applied across a metal, when a potential difference is applied across a metal, the electrons move towards the positive electrode. The moving electrons carry the electric current from one point to another. Thus, electrical conductivity is due to the direct flow of electron towards the positive electrode. So, this is the cause of conduction of electricity in metals. Now come for the effect of temperature on electrical conductivity in case of metal. So, electrical conductivity decreases when the increase in temperature. It is because when temperature is increased, the positively charged kernels, that is positively charged metal ion, also start vibrating and interfere with the movement of electrons. So, the mobility of electron decreases, so electrical conductivity decreases on increasing temperature. Now, come for the last question, which is which is also very important. And the fourth question is graphite and diamond both are covalent molecular solids. Graphite is good conductor of electricity while diamond does not conduct electricity. Why? Now come for the answer. Graphite is soft and conductor of electricity. In graphite, each carbon atom is present in sp2 hybridization state. In graphite, carbon atoms are arranged in different layers. Each carbon atom is covalently bonded to 3 of its neighboring atoms in the same layer. The fourth valence electron of each carbon atom is present between different layers and is free to move about. These free electrons make graphite a good conductor. But in case of diamond, it has three-dimensional structure. Each carbon atom in diamond is present in sp3 hybridization state. Each carbon atom in diamond is covalently bonded to 4 other carbon atoms. There is no free valence electron, therefore diamond does not conduct electricity. So these are all about the types of crystalline solids, and some explanations arise